And we're back with another episode. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's enjoying their summertime. There's a lot of craziness happening out there. Flash floods, droughts, freaking downpours, all kinds of crap out there. So a lot of BS. Lots of BS. With that being said, make sure you guys do get that VPN because the VPN could protect you from, well, maybe it could protect you from a flash flood. I don't know. You never know until you try it.
I thought they discontinued Flash.
They might have.
Those Flash games.
So make sure you guys get that VPN. Check the description below. It is all there. What do you got?
Make sure you check out buzztvglobal.com. You want to make sure you get Buzz at buzztvglobal.com. Great devices, great accessories. I had a great experience over at buzztvglobal.com.
And get protected from that chin. Looks like you're
what happened?
You're saving some food for later there.
I'm getting gray hairs too, so could it be a mixture of both, right?
It could be. Could be.
I'm getting old now, man. I had to move some furniture the other day, and two of the kids were helping, and I went to grab one end of it, and it felt like I hyperextended my shoulder, and I was like, I'm too old for this now. I can't do this.
That's life. That's what all people say.
You can't even do anything. It's always a question: will this hurt me?
Yeah.
Will I feel this when I wake up?
Pretty much. So San Diego Comic-Con just came out. Some of you guys are probably don't give rat's ass about it, but It's okay. Some of you guys might be like, what's the big deal about it? So as you guys know, it's not just a convention for nerds to dress up and think it's Halloween in the middle of the summer. There's a lot of stuff that happens during the Comic-Con events, and yes, a lot of the stuff does have to revolve around like superhero stuff and like cosplay, but typically, and this has been going on now for several years, they've been using that as a platform to announce several things. Marvel, DC, just a lot of stuff has been announced. And even outside of just Marvel, DC, it could be a cartoon, could be a random movie like the next John Wick. It could be Star Trek. Anything and everything. It's pretty much announced there, like a lot of the big stuff. And of course, the first thing we'll tackle. I know before I start tackling my stuff, I know you have a couple things that you wanted to tackle too that you've heard, and you started to mention. I was like, "Yep, save it for this episode. Let's talk about it." But we are going to be talking about Marvel. We are going to be talking about DC. If you guys have seen any of the John Wick movies, there's another John Wick coming. I thought John Wick was done. Like that last.
I gotta binge all of them simultaneously.
They're good. You know what it reminds me of? And this is a true story. Remember back in the 80s, and I'm talking about Rambo and Predator, and so I like to call those movies meaningless action. Because there's not really a good story behind it. It's just random,
Isn't
blah,
it
blah,
all
blah.
about somebody hurt his dog?
John Wick, yes. John Wick, yes.
But how did they make 6 movies about somebody hurting his dog?
It's 3.
Well, I
6.
don't know. Whatever.
3 movies. So one of my uncles back in the day, every time there was a new Rambo movie or a Rocky movie, it's funny, all the Sylvester Stallone movies, a Terminator movie, I'll switch it up to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Hey, did you know Sylvester has a superhero movie coming out?
Save it for this episode. We're not there yet.
Well, you said his name, so I dropped it.
Okay, who else? Jean-Claude Van Damme, that was another big one back in the 80s. Who's the other one? Not so much John Wayne, but John Wayne was kind of around during that time. He was more 70s, but This was my uncle. I kid you not. Every single movie that came out, every single movie, we would sit there and watch it. He'd fall asleep within like maybe within 5 minutes. Legit within 5 minutes. At the very end, the last 15 minutes of the movie, where there's like a bunch of like action and explosions and random killings, he would wake up because of the loud noise, right? And then he'll get all into it, like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my. And then as soon as the movie was over, dude, that movie was so good. It's like, dude, you were asleep 95% of that thing. How do you know the movie is good? He's like, yeah, you see all that action? Meaningless action, big time. John Wick is kind of the same thing. It's about somebody's dog, and yes, it was pretty sad the way they did it, but it's just a lot of meaningless action. But the difference between John Wick and some of those action 80s movies is that John Wick starts with action and it's foot to the pedal the entire time. It's like nonstop. It's like 95% action and then 5% of them talking about something or arguing about something or planning about something. And it's usually like he's captured or getting tortured and saying, you killed my dog. And it's just like, he gets all pissed off. Yeah. If you haven't seen John Wick, you need to watch it, but they're pretty good. Okay. What superhero movie were you talking about?
So this is the Samaritan, and that's who Sylvester Stallone is going to be playing. And it's kind of like a retired superhero with Superman-like abilities that I guess is coming back into play. Have you heard of it?
I heard about it, and I said this looks stupid. As soon as it said Sylvester Stallone in superhero, I'm like, stupid. I'm like, the only Sylvester Stallone in any superhero movie that I want to see is Guardians of the Galaxy, where he gets like 5 seconds, and that's it.
So who is the Samaritan? Is he? He's DC, isn't he? He's DC.
That's a good question. You know, there's actually a Samaritan movie that came out in 2012. Samuel Jackson was in it. See, the Samaritan, DC or Marvel. Let me look it up. It's a DC, or maybe it's neither. So this says, described as a dark new take on superhero movies, the story was previously adapted into the Mythos Comics graphic novels by whatever, blah, blah, blah. It is a production by Metro Goldwyn Mayer and Balboa Productions. It doesn't say.
So apparently there is comics saying that he's got on par abilities with Superman. He can fly around the world in 6 seconds. But
yeah, this is off of the Mythos comics. But I don't know if this is Marvel or DC. It doesn't say. Oh, it says it's neither. It says this is an independent comic.
Interesting.
I don't know. Sylvester Stallone just needs to stop it.
Look, he just needed this to say that he did it, because everyone else got a superhero movie and he didn't.
I can make fun of this guy right now, but I'm gonna leave him alone.
He could probably still beat you up, you know.
Well, I'm gonna leave that alone too. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna leave that alone. What the hell's going on with the Flash?
So the Flash was here and he's going to be gone soon. Season 9 is being filmed right now, and it's going to be his last season, which I'm really curious. There should be other things that he's doing, because I like the actor that plays this Flash. The other one went batshit crazy, started kidnapping people and starting bar fights, and this one just had a wholesome feel to him. Season what was 6 or 7 with blood work was absolutely horrendous and should have just been deleted. But the other seasons were okay. Like 8 is okay, 7 was okay. I'm hoping 9 is going to be half decent. I'm hoping they're filming it right now. But out of all the DC shows that I've watched, The Flash has been my favorite.
Yeah, I have mixed reactions on the Flash. As you know, I'm not much on DC comics. I'm more on Marvel, even though my favorite superhero is Superman, which is a DC. But after that, if I start naming everybody after that, they're all Marvel. But if you were to have to ask me, do you like Quicksilver or the Flash? I would have to pick the Flash every time.
Mm-hmm.
I would just have to pick the Flash every time. And looking at how the TV show did, he is a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
He gives you that great, like almost like that Spider-Man like kid, like he's trying to figure it out. Sometimes he's a little clumsy and goofy, but he always tries to do the right thing. Him as the actor to play that character, I think did a great job.
Yeah.
I think
his
the
name is
writers,
Grant, right?
Huh?
His name is Grant?
I think
His
so.
name is Grant.
As far as the writers go, I think the writers kind of failed. I don't know if they were having like a bipolar day or something, because some episodes and I'll break it down that far. I can't say one season was amazing. I would say some episodes were great. Because within that same season 1 or 2, it was like, cool, this is a great episode. And then the second episode came out and it was just like, is this a filler?
I think they have a lot of fillers because in a season they'll have 20 to 24 episodes. So a lot of episodes are build-ups to specific episodes.
Yeah. You know, I gotta ask one of my buddies. He's huge on comics, dude. He could school us and go circles around us when it comes to comics. And if you see him, you would never even think about it like that. If you walk in this room, so him and his wife, they have a 2-story house, a big house, and he's turned. Wow, thank you.
You can hear that?
Yes, I can hear that. I told you, shit's loud. They have the regular room that's like one of the regular bedrooms as their room, but he's turned in the master bedroom literally as his den. The master bedroom is freaking huge. What's your question?
Is my audio different now?
Yes, way better.
It was using the wrong mic. I kept muting myself and thinking I was muted.
How you doing? So
sorry, guys.
If you walk in his room, he's got comics lined up against the wall like that, like in rows.
Right.
And if you look up there, you're like, dude, that's freaking holy. That's old. Like, but he's got them in cases and he's got them protected. He's very big. He's got all the little action figures. He's got so much stuff like in packages. If you look at this guy, though, put it this way. You know who Celine Dion is?
Yeah.
Well, he's her bodyguard. He's big and he's freaking yoked, bro.
Yeah, well, he's from Canada. We're all big and yoked.
That guy, he's not Canadian. He's American.
Is.
Celine is, but she lives in Vegas.
Oh, fine, whatever.
Dude, he makes Terry Crews look small. And put it this way, we're taller than him too. So he's short. He's short, but he's freaking ripped, bro. So you would never. But he when it comes to this stuff, I had a conversation with him a while back about Flash. We were talking about DC and like all that stuff, and he was just like, "Here comes another stupid Flash season." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "How many seasons are they gonna have where it's a speedster versus a speedster?"
Well, they had the one season where it was a speedster versus the hell was his name? The brain dude, the thinker.
That didn't happen until later, though.
Yeah.
The conversation that we had, I think it was like season 3.
Okay.
And he was just like, he's like, and it's funny because he actually gets pissed, like legit pissed off. he's like, do you know how many villains the Flash has? And he's like, it's not just all about Batman or Superman. He's like, those villains that cross over there also cross with Flash. You got this guy and this guy and this guy. And he starts naming them off. He's like, you could have done so many cool things with them, but no. He's like, they're so one-dimensional. The only way to stop a person who's fast is get somebody who's faster. That's
or
stupid.
make them faster.
Yeah.
I have to go faster.
Yeah,
it's the only
stupid.
solution.
It's pretty hilarious though when you hear him like rant about it. But
that's why some of my favorite characters wasn't necessarily the Flash. Like I liked Cisco. Like Cisco is a great character. I almost think that Cisco could have his own kind of spin-off.
Yeah.
Like he was a great character. And in the beginning, I love how they do it where, a character doesn't really have the spotlight. And then you kind of are eased into their personality and they're eased into their character. And they become a main character and they just grow on you. Like, I love how that happens.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, elongated man. I was like,
like, who cares about this stupid elastic man?
It's like, dude, he reminds me of those toys back in the day, the He-Man that you could just stretch him out.
You could stretch, yeah. But then, a couple seasons in, not bad.
Yeah, he got better as he grew on you as time went.
Yes, he did. It was a stretch, but yeah.
Yeah. Pun intended. Okay. So was that all that you had for DC or was it another one?
No, Joker too.
I have mixed feelings about it. I know some people really did love Joker. Probably the same people that like the new Batman, the new emo Batman.
I haven't watched the new Batman, but I really like the Joker, okay?
I don't know. They could have done it so much better. They could have done it like an actual, like he is mentally ill and everything that happened, he actually did it, but he was picturing other people like beating him up or other people doing this or that. But it would have been interesting if they put a twist on it because it was so predictable. It was just like, yep, this is what's going to happen. Boom, it happens. They just could have like really like twisted that one so much better and I don't know, just really hone into the mental sickness where it's a battle. It's like, if you think about it, like that whole mental thing is it's a real thing that people really do battle inside their head. If they would have portrayed that on the screen and showed that, hey, you know what? It was actually him doing it. He was actually thinking that other people were doing it, but it really was him doing it the whole time. I think that would have given it a killer twist to it. Because at the end of it, I'm just like, dude, this whole thing was freaking predictable. And at the end, when I sat there, I'm just like, I'm like, this would have been crazy if he was the one doing everything and it wasn't other people and he was getting, like everything handed to him. It was like, no, he was the one that actually did it. Everything else that we saw was just made up in his head. Dude, that would have blown everybody off. Like, what the freak? Like, how is that even possible?
So I watched it as like a standalone movie,
right?
Like not even thinking about DC or Batman or anything. And to me, it kind of felt like an autobiography. And I was like, this is kind of cool. So I enjoyed it like that, like an autobiography, like somebody documenting their life, and you're watching like an actual real life story of somebody's life, but nothing to do with the Batman or anything like that. And I just sat through it and I was like, I thought I enjoyed it.
So we got some stuff. Next I will finally watch Thor.
I did.
So we'll say that for a little bit. I do want to talk about the stuff that got announced. And Disney is saving some stuff.
I forgot to announce the date for the Joker, by the way. If anyone's wondering, October 4th, 2024 is when it's scheduled to be released.
Longest time from now. We got bigger fish to fry here. So Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
Oh, that's going to be good.
We kind of knew that one was coming, but now we have a date, February 17th of next year.
Oh, that's just now.
Yeah.
That's right after my birthday.
Bro. You. they are having a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special coming out this year on
Holiday
Disney Plus.
special? What is that,
Holiday
like
special.
an hour show for TV?
Typically, so I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know if they're doing a full movie on it or what they're doing. But they will have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 come out May 5th of next year. Secret Invasion, the TV show, comes out spring of next year.
Listen, what the F? They kept telling us this year.
No, they couldn't. There's no way they could. If you look at the original dates that they pushed for everything, dude, COVID pushed everything like a lot. It pushed everything out by a lot.
Not cool.
So Echo comes out summer of next year.
What the hell is Echo?
Echo, did you see Hawkeye?
Yeah.
Echo is the girl.
Oh, that's her name?
Yeah.
Oh, I watched the whole show. Didn't even know.
Oh, they're doing a spinoff, so Echo's going to get her own series.
Okay.
July 25th of next year is the Marvels. Summer of next year, there's no date. Loki season 2.
Okay, hold on. Where did we leave off with Loki? I'm trying to remember. Wasn't he working with the TVA or TMA or TB?
The last thing we left with Loki was
he was on that world, right? With that chick.
He was so the girl Loki, Lady Loki, she killed Kang, and
Or that version of Kang.
And then she sent Loki back to the TVA. When he got to the TVA, Kang was dead already, and nobody knew who Loki was anymore. They're just like, who are you? What are you doing here? Owen Wilson, he was like one of the main guys for the TVA. He was just like, can we help you? Like, what's going on? And then Loki's like, what? Like, what the heck's happening? And then he looks over at the TVA, and there's a big old statue of Kang now. Wasn't there before. So that was a multiverse reality right there, a different one.
Right.
So that's where we left off with Loki. So season 2 of this comes out next summer.
Can I just say I really enjoy Owen Wilson being in the MCU?
Oh, me too. I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad they're not getting these main Hollywood A-lister characters or celebrities and putting them as like an Iron Man or Captain America or Loki. Like they're not using like all these big actors. They're like, like Tom Hiddle, whatever his name is, Loki. People really didn't know who he was, and now people do know who he became an A-lister because of the movies and now the TV show. But I'm glad what they're doing though is they're just like, hey, you know what? Let's get Christian Bale and play God the Butcher, or what, you know what I mean? Let's get Russell Crowe.
So small.
Yeah, they're giving everybody like really small roles, enough to be like, hey, you know what? We're gonna get this big character and give him a little small role just to be like, oh, dude.
I didn't even know that was him until you just said it, and then I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. But see, that's what I'm talking about. Like Owen Wilson in this little role with the TVA. You saw him pop in every now and then.
Yeah. And then who played Carnage?
Carnage was Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson, right? Great actor.
That's Sony fucking up Marvel.
But if it was anybody else, he would. I don't know. He's a great actor, and that's a great role.
Yeah, I think Disney Marvel would have done better with the Carnage
but with the same actor.
Probably.
Yes,
probably. So, okay, Loki season 2, summer of next year. Fall of next year, we get a Disney Plus spinoff of Ironheart.
Is that going to be animated or real life?
Real life.
Interesting.
This is Riri. This is from the little girl from Wakanda. She's gonna be Ironheart.
Huh.
We're gonna get November 3rd of next year. Blade. We finally get a date for Blade.
Blade, not Wesley Snipes. It's
Now Wesley
hard for
Snipes a new
me
Blade,
to picture Blade not being Wesley Snipes.
but you watched Eternals, right?
Yeah.
At the very end of Eternals, I forget the boyfriend's name because he had some kind of powers. And he was talking about like Excalibur. He was touching one of the blades and looking at it. That blade, that sword is actually Blades. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty sure that's the same sword. And then these ones don't. Well, there's a couple more dates, but I want to share this with you to see your reaction on this. So remember how we left with WandaVision with Agatha being stuck in that world?
Yo, Agatha is fire. Like, she is such a good actress.
Yeah.
Like, she deserves her own damn show.
Well, she is getting her own show next year, winter. It says winter 2023/24. They're not sure when they're gonna put it.
Yeah.
But Agatha, Coven of Chaos.
Yo, I don't understand how she played that role like she was born to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some of these actors and actresses, they step into it and it's like they really do breathe life into these characters.
Yep.
I don't
Okay.
know.
This is where you're gonna shit yourself.
I'm drinking coffee too, so it shouldn't be too difficult.
Well, spring of 2024.
Okay. All right.
I think they announced this is going to Disney Plus with 18 episodes, bro.
What?
Remember, every single Disney Plus Marvel show has been 6 episodes. Not this one. I'm pretty sure they said 18 episodes. Daredevil.
Yeah, that's gonna be fire. Right away, that's gonna be fire. That actor who plays Daredevil, amazing. Amazing.
When they announced it, I had goosebumps. Dude, it's called Daredevil Born Again.
Born Again, yeah, because they need to born again the damn show because I faded out there.
You did. So that's going to be killer. There is a lot of rumors of bringing in Jessica Jones in that show, Luke Cage.
So how do I
like
say
everybody?
They did some shit, and then it was whatever. But now, because of all the other things that have happened in the MCU, there's so many strings to kind of help with the storyline with Daredevil now. Like, the amount of background and filler that we have with Kingpin, like, we actually see Kingpin, we see him interacting with other characters, and we see him beating up Spider-Man. Because a lot of people don't know, Kingpin maybe isn't like superhuman, but he's got superhuman strength.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the comics, what did they say? He's like 90, like what, like 2% body fat or something like that. But the guy's like a big dude.
So Daredevil is supposed to make an appearance during the She-Hulk TV show that's coming out in a couple weeks now.
If they didn't do that, it was a missed opportunity. I mean, it's lawyer. It's a show about a lawyer.
Yeah. I hope they don't overdo it too much because they're introducing She-Hulk and she only has 6 episodes.
It would be cool.
And Hulk is going to be on that too.
Yeah, I seen Hulk is in there too. It would be cool if we got, because I kind of like courtroom shows. So it'd be kind of cool to get like a spin-off of just the courtroom cases for Daredevil.
I'm interested to see what they're going to do, but
yeah,
there's a lot of rumors going around. I personally liked the Defenders. I think with Disney being involved, they can make it better. I know some people kind of didn't like what's his name? The fourth character of the Defenders, Danny Rand. I forget his name.
That's Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. A lot of people didn't like him as an actor. I think he did okay. I think it's just the writing that was bad.
It wasn't his fault. It was the friggin' writing.
Right.
They turned him into a crybaby, and all he did every single episode was cry. Wah, 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 wah. He did okay as the character. It's just the stupid crying. He needs to shut up and do something.
You know what, dude? You know what would be freaking epic? So we already know that those TV shows, they're blending them into the MCU now. It's already like, you know, we get freaking the Daredevil, the same actor and everything, and they're saying like, yeah, everything that happened over there really did happen in the MCU. But you know what would be really dope? if you remember, they were gearing up for Heroes for Hire.
Yeah.
And it was Iron Fist and Luke Cage. They're both together having a drink at that bar way the hell up in the mountains somewhere. It would be cool if this Daredevil Born Again, if they have an episode where they pick up right at that moment in this TV show. We'll see. 18 episodes is a lot, so we'll see. Okay, May 3rd, 2024. Ready for this one?
Yeah.
Captain America 4. And the title is called New World Order.
Okay, hold on. When and who is this?
What do you mean when?
Because the dude's an old man now. It's old man Cap.
Dude, no. He's gone. He's retired, bro.
Right. So this is a new Cap, right?
Who took over as Captain America?
The Falcon dude.
The Falcon. Yeah. He remember at the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, he became as the new Captain America.
Okay.
This is called New World Order because everyone's looking for the Cap, and he's now in charge.
Yeah, he's still Falcon. I'm sorry, can't call him Captain America.
He's still Falcon. No, he's the he's the new Cap. He's the new Cap. Okay.
Okay, fine. I'll call him Captain America, formerly known as Falcon.
He turns himself into a symbol as a wing.
As it drops a mic.
Oh man. July 26th, I think this is 2024. Thunderbolts.
Okay, what is this? Is this Thor? What is this?
Thunderbolts?
Yeah.
I don't know what direction they're taking it. I don't know if they're gonna grab
Ooh, I think this is maybe about Greek mythology. They're trying to bring Greek people in here. And it could be all like the different Thunderbolts could be all his little seedlings. Because Zeus, he done impregnated a bunch of people. So I could call them my little Thunderbolts. You know what I'm saying?
It could be a
Oh, sorry, he's lightning. He's not thunder because Thor is thunder.
So this is who I think is going to be Thunderbolts. If you want my opinion, remember they just hired Black Widow's sister. That lady from Black Widow, she grabbed Black Widow.
She's amazing.
Okay, I think she's going to be in Thunderbolts.
She's like one of my favorite characters.
U.S. Agent.
That dummy.
That dummy. The dummy. I think he's going to be in it.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing too. They just announced Daredevil, right?
Yeah.
Elektra might be popping in.
Okay.
And she's part of the Thunderbolts. Remember, Netflix also had The Punisher, which is also part of the Thunderbolts. Dude, they're forming pretty much like oh man, I don't know what to call it, like a Suicide Squad. That's what I picture the Thunderbolts, like a Suicide Squad, and they're grabbing like Spectre,
Mark Spector,
Moon Knight. What's his name?
Yeah, Spectre.
Dude.
But what if they went in a different route? And you remember, so in Thor, they collected all the children of Asgard. What if all the children of Asgard are your Thunderbolts?
Nope, no way. No way. It's just too many.
It's too many children?
They already have enough kids. They're going to use Hyman, whatever his name is. Heimeldinger? Or...
Hey, how did they make that kid look so much like Idris Elba? Like, dude, that was crazy. I was like, yo, how did they get a mini Idris Elba?
He's going to be in the Young Avengers.
Yeah.
So, okay. So that's phase 5. That's phase 5. Phase 4 is about to end, I think, at the end of this year with Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, I think. But dude, they announced also 2 movies for phase 6. And out of all of these movies in phase 5 and TV shows, there's one thing that they didn't announce. One major thing that they didn't announce. And for phase 4, we're missing it. For phase 5, with all these announcements, we're missing it. and we're not seeing shit until phase 6. And this isn't happening until 2025. You ready for this?
Okay.
The Avengers.
I kind of like that we're not seeing them for a little bit.
Well, we're missing a hell of a lot of characters right now. Some of them either died or retired, or they're too old.
Thing though, like in Doctor Strange 2, there's so many hints of so many things, like Black Bolt, right? The Inhumans need to come back in a bigger, better way. The X-Men universe, it's coming back, right? Yeah, that's that Professor X. He's ready to retire. Like, let's move on with him. But they're bringing back the TV show, which is mind-blowing, right? And that only leads me into thinking that we're going to see a lot more of the mutants in the MCU now, right? So there's so much more to showcase than just the Avengers. Because to be fair, even growing up, I didn't really give a fuck about the Avengers.
I was more of an X-Men guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, X-Men was so much better.
So a lot of
more Magneto. Give me some Mr. Sinister. Give me some like
Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom, like
So check this out, bro. If you look up what's going on with the Avengers or what's going on with Marvel in YouTube, there's a lot of videos talking smack about it, saying that Marvel has no direction. They're ruining Disney, or they're ruining the Marvel movies. Like, Disney has no clue what they're doing anymore. Kevin Feige needs to get fired. Like, it's like a lot of like pitchforks and fire torches, like saying like, what the freak's going on here? And the one thing that people don't remember, and it's funny because Kevin Feige announced it during Comic-Con, saying, "Welcome to the multiverse saga." That's what these phases are called, which is like, okay, if you haven't figured it out yet, people, if you remember phase 1, we got a Hulk movie, and obviously they changed actors later, but it was just like a standalone Hulk. And then we had like a standalone Iron Man, and they said, oh, maybe we should combine these two movies. But when that Iron Man movie came out and it did so well, they're just like, why don't we do an Iron Man 2 and confirm that we're going to be doing something bigger? And here comes Thor. Here comes Captain America. Boom, Avengers. Everybody had their own standalone movies and kind of like an origin. And actually not kind of an origin. They were all origin movies. And then once Avengers started, the whole freaking thing exploded. After that is just like, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. The difference now is when Endgame was finished, people need to realize that was the end of that chapter. That doesn't mean all the characters die and we have to start all over like freaking Batman. Everybody's so used to like the dumb Batman movies. It's like, oh, look, here's Batman. Here's a trilogy. Cool. Now let's reboot it again and do another Batman origin movie. And it's just like, why do you need to hear another Batman? No. Why don't you continue those stories? You know what I mean? And that's what these guys are doing. They're continuing the story, saying like, hey, you know what? Have you heard of Shang-Chi before? I don't think so. Do you want to know what happened to Loki after the stories were done? Here you go. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're taking these movies, like they're just continuing the stories.
Yeah.
And right now what they're doing is, and I know some people didn't like Miss Marvel. I liked it. I thought it gave it a very like child, like it was very like, this is what a kid would probably do. And all the little drawings that they had and everything, like to make it very like cartoonish and kiddish. That's something that a kid will probably have, that type of imagination. They gave that to you, saying like, here. And towards the end of it, they started to mature her a little bit. So it's going to be very interesting to see her when she's in the other movies. But those Avengers, they have dates. And some people don't like the dates. And some people are saying like, this is like freaking Infinity War and Endgame all over again. So May 2nd, it's always around May, like almost like it's literally right around my birthday every single year for these Marvel movies. May 2nd, 2025, Avengers, the Kang Dynasty. And then, this is where you're going to really shit yourself. November 7th of the same exact year, Avengers Secret Wars.
2 in the same year.
Yeah. And remember, they had did the same thing with the other 2 movies, Infinity War and Endgame. And then they ended up separating them a little bit. They originally announced them like this, like one in the beginning ish of the year, the other one towards the very end of the year. And then they ended up pushing the 4th Avengers movie till a little bit later, almost a year later. But something very interesting is happening that I don't think people are noticing. We've talked about Young Avengers, right? The Kang Dynasty. Remember, there's a multiverse going on with them, and there's multiple versions of Kang going on, and there's like a whole bunch of bad guys. Huh?
It's like millions Kangs, millions.
Dude,
of Kangs.
Yeah, millions of Kangs. So I think what's going to happen is there's going to be multiple team ups that are going to happen. Fantastic Four is slated to come out November 8th of 2024, before the Avengers movies.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So like everyone's gonna have a battle with Kang.
Yes. I think we're gonna get the A-Team, the Avengers, like the Avengers.
Mr.
I don't know if they're gonna bring back a different version of Iron Man or a different version of Captain America, but with the same actors. I don't know if they're gonna do that. If they do, it will be freaking mind-blowing. Like, dude, everybody will lose their shit if Robert Downey Jr. comes back as Iron Man in a different in Earth 818 or whatever it is, 613 or from a different universe. But there's going to be the core Avengers, whoever that group is. I think there's going to be a celestial Avengers group, like so Guardians, Thor, Captain Marvel, like people that are familiar with space. They're gonna have a battle with Kang somewhere up there. Young Avengers, I have a feeling that there's gonna be evil versions of the Avengers that Kang is gonna recruit and create his own team. And the Young Avengers are going to fight them. Like all these kids that are all over the place. I think those kids are going to be the ones that are going to do like the biggest damage to this stuff. Remember, we also got Thunderbolts. We got Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four could be part of the Celestials. We're going to need magic type, like a magic type group. Like, yeah, exactly. We're going to need that. We're going to definitely need that. And if you remember, Kang was saying that he's like the good version of all this crap. Right before he died, saying like, there's other versions of me that are bad. Like I'm actually good.
Right.
I have a feeling once they get everything under control, that Kang might actually join.
Oh, they might need Kang to destroy Kang. That's what you're saying.
Yes. And for Secret Wars, remember, they already have been talking about incursions, saying when somebody remember when Scarlet Witch went over to a different different universe?
Yeah.
And at the end of Doctor Strange, one of the girls with the white hair, I forget her name, she comes out and says, "Hey, there's an incursion happening. We need your help. You caused this." I think during Secret Wars, what's going to happen is they went to that where the X-Men are at, where Professor X died. I think the X-Men are going to come and they're going to go after the Avengers and have a battle during Secret Wars. And I think what they're going to do is they're going to try to kill each other, because if they don't resolve this, both Earths could potentially be destroyed. meaning they die and everybody dies, you know? So I could see an X-Men versus Avengers thing happening during Secret Wars. And if you guys remember this, characters like Wolverine was an Avenger. Captain America was an X-Men. There are several characters that did jump and help the other teams. So it will be very interesting to see. Oh, you know, it'd be really cool if they brought back Chris Evans, not as Captain America, but as Torch from the original Fantastic Four back in the day. Remember, he played Torch back then? Dude, imagine if he comes like that and they're looking at him like Cap, and he's just like, what? And then he throws fire at them, you know? Dude, they could literally just like blow this thing up to a whole freaking other level. But there's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening, I think. What do you think? And I know you've been talking about, give me Secret Invasions, give me Secret Wars, like give me these, dude.
I want those. But now they're telling me next year. They're just kind of leading me on.
No, several years. 2025.
Yeah, but then what was the secret something is next year?
Oh, Secret Invasion, that's next year. Early next year.
You know, it's like
they got to build it up.
The past 2 months, I've kind of just been like, I want to watch a show, but nothing is really getting me excited. Right? And then this month comes, and what do we have starting this month? We have
She-Hulk?
I Am Groot, which is literally coming on August 10th.
Oh, yeah, that's a couple days from now.
Right. Mm-hmm. Probably when this is airing. I don't know. This is airing this weekend?
Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, next week.
Couple days, yeah.
And then we have She-Hulk. And then isn't there another one coming out this month too? Oh, Wakanda Forever is next month.
Wakanda Forever.
Oh, November. Sorry, November.
No, yeah, I think it's like later.
So, but it gives us time to finish because I really want to watch I Am Groot. I'm sorry.
Oh, me too. Me too.
That's gonna be a good show.
Like, it's gonna suck because it's gonna be short.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. It's gonna be like, dang it. But
how many episodes do you think She-Hulk is gonna have?
6. They're all 6.
They're all 6? That's some bullshit. Like
that's what I'm saying. Daredevil's the only one that's getting 18.
When is he coming out though? You said next year?
Next year.
Yeah, that's some shit.
Daredevil Reborn comes out, or Born Again 2020. Actually, not even 2024, bro. 2024. So we know Daredevil is coming out. He's gonna pop in with She-Hulk, and I think he's gonna make another appearance somewhere else.
Did you mention that What If season 2 is coming out early next year?
They haven't announced it yet.
That's what it says.
They didn't announce it during Comic-Con. There's no date for it yet. We know it's coming, but they haven't said anything about it yet. Fine.
Better come out in February. I'm gonna punch somebody.
Yeah, they haven't said anything yet. But D23, Disney's convention, is next month in September, the middle of September. I'm sure we're gonna get a date for that. I'm sure. But here's the thing too. I don't know if you've seen. Let me pull this up because you got to see this.
No,
this is ridiculous.
No way home.
This is ridiculous. Check this out. This is the dates for Phase 5. Look how full this looks. Everybody is saying that Marvel is doing way too much, and that's why they're that the CG. I know there's a lot of people crying about the CGI and that they're saying that the work conditions at Marvel is pretty brutal and they're being dicks about everything or whatever. That they're, I don't know. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like if you work for somebody and they want changes, you're getting paid for it. So
Hey, I have a question about this picture.
Huh?
Only certain titles say Disney below them, like Marvel's doesn't.
That's Disney Plus. Those are Disney Plus shows. So Secret Invasion is a Disney Plus show.
Ah, I see. What
Echo
you're saying.
Disney Plus show. Loki season 2.
Okay.
Disney Plus show. Ironheart Disney Plus. Daredevil Disney Plus. Agatha Disney Plus. As far as the other ones that don't have it, these are movies. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Guardians Volume 3, The Marvels, Blade, Cap 4, and Thunderbolts. Those are all movies.
Look at the comments on the side here. What about Deadpool 3? That's in production.
Again, they haven't.
But he's not in the MCU though.
Yeah, he is. Now he is.
Now he is, but like, is he?
Well, we'll see. We'll see where they're gonna put him. Let me see if I could find Phase 6. Because this is interesting. Phase 6 MCU. If I could find an image of this will be awesome. Ooh, I did find it. Open image, a new tab. Oh, that's a horrible image. So, okay, here we go. I know it's kind of hard to see, but there's some dates that they posted up here, and a lot of it's empty. So fall 2024, empty. November 8th, 2024, Fantastic Four. Fall 2024, empty. Winter 2024, empty. Winter 2025, empty. Spring 2025, empty. Like, see all these empty dates?
Yeah.
There's no Spider-Man movie in there. There's no what's it called? Doctor Strange 3, even though we got left with a cliffhanger. There's no Shang-Chi 2. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have a trilogy. There's also no what's it called? Zombies. Remember, they announced that they're gonna be doing a Marvel Zombies Disney Plus show. Also, What If season 2. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So check this out. There's somebody that posted this like a hypothetical. Oh, Armor Wars. Look at this, Armor Wars. So they're thinking Armor Wars is going to come out fall of 2024. Winter 2024, we should see another Spider-Man.
What's that Oki?
I don't know. Has a little arrow on it. It's a Disney Plus show. Look, Young Avengers. They're saying maybe we'll get a Young Avengers on Disney Plus. A Nova. There's been rumors about this going on for a long time on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Battle World, Secret Wars, Disney Plus. Dude, how crazy would they do Battle World and then lead into Secret Wars, Avengers? As far as movies goes, it looks here like they're predicting maybe Spider-Man. They're predicting Shang-Chi. They're predicting Doctor Strange, Dimension of Darkness, which that's where he went. Remember, he killed. Remember where he didn't kill Dormammu, but he went over to his universe and was messing with Dormammu. I think that's where they went because they're having an incursion over there, and the girl that came to get him was probably his daughter. That's my guess. But this is the hypothetical stuff. I hope they do a Young Avengers Disney show, Disney Plus. This makes sense, putting them together. But here's the other thing, too. They did announce a Mutants movie, and we don't see that anywhere here. We see no X-Men in here either.
That's true. There has to be an X-Men. You're missing an X-Men.
There has to be. Yeah,
there has to be. And there has to be a Inhuman. There has to be Inhumans, too.
They got to bring back the Inhumans. I know
that has to be there.
Left them hanging.
Well, I mean, in Doctor Strange, there was the Inhumans, there was X-Men, Marvels. So that needs to be in that timeline, too. Because like, why would they? They wouldn't just put them there just to put them there.
Yeah.
So
It's going to be very, very interesting to see what they do. Very, very interesting. But so I don't know. We'll see.
Grays are really coming in. I'm getting old, bro.
We will see. There's a lot of stuff. So okay, real quick, I'm gonna zoom through this real quick so that way you guys are caught up with everything else. That's a lot of freaking Marvel stuff there that's coming. Okay, so we did say John Wick 4 is coming. That's gonna be next year in March. There's a movie called The Sandman coming on Netflix. It's a series. Star Trek Picard, that's coming.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's the final season.
Black Adam, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, another. Again, they're making a part 2 of Shazam. Dude, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. They're doing that.
That's Amazon, right? That's an Amazon show.
I think so. Yeah. Dungeons and Dragons, and that's a live action. Honor Among Thieves trailer. That looks pretty cool. What is this? I Am Groot trailer. See, here's another one. X-Men 97.
Yeah, I told you they're bringing back X-Men 97, the old X-Men.
That's
show.
not even slated on that list.
No.
Of Phase 4, but maybe it's not included. Well, it does say that they're rebooting the 90s cartoon classic and they're just following the stories.
That's not MCU, but it's still Marvel. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So we'll see. National Treasure with Nicolas Cage.
Wait, this is a movie?
No, Disney Plus.
It's a show?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're doing a National Treasure Edge of History, but they're not going to have Nicolas Cage come back for it though.
Oh, what the fuck?
They're going to reboot it. They're going to do it better.
Nah, you got to have Nicolas Cage.
We'll see.
Oh no, you're going to have to give me a Tom Holland then.
Maybe. Why do you sound so far away all of a sudden?
Cuz I went away.
You sound like you ran away.
I did. I ran away.
And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much like all the big stuff that is being announced. Real quick. Okay, did you fix your mic?
Yeah, I think so. Is that better?
You're still far away.
How about now?
That's better.
All right.
Okay, real quick, before we end the show, I want to know, how do you feel? And I know some people say that I'm stupid, and some people say that I'm right. Whatever. I like what I like, and I thought Thor 4 was the best Thor movie. I don't care.
Oh, we're doing that? We're doing that, are we?
We're doing that. I know. And I know Digital Slang's going to lose his hair. He's going to lose his hair over it, whatever. Sorry, Slang. But for me, I like the comedy. I like how they introduced the gods. Finally, they introduced the gods and stuff. Even though it was really short-lived. I like what they did with the whole black and white thing with what's his name, Gore. And I liked how at the end that he wasn't really a villain. He was just pissed off at how he would pray to the gods and not get any help, and he was like, okay, well, screw you too then. He was almost like a vigilante, and I really like how they put together like Mighty Thor, Lady Thor, whatever you want to call her. I really, dude, it was sad when she passed away at the end. So
we're doing spoilers, are we? Is that what we're doing?
Oh yeah, we're way
spoiler
past
alert.
now.
If you haven't seen it yet, you're done.
We're way past it. If you haven't seen it yet, you're on your own. You're on your own now. I loved it. I think that movie gave you sadness, got you emotional, got you happy, got you laughing, got you mad, it did everything in one movie for me. And I think the flow of it was much better than Ragnarok. Ragnarok was kind of like too rushed. Like you know, the like World Hulk or whatever, like where the guys were like battling and everything, and then then the whole thing got destroyed, and then Hela came in, and then she was there for a little bit. I think they rushed Ragnarok. Like they try to throw in too much in Ragnarok, and they try to explain it like too fast, and they didn't give everything enough time. I think Thor 4 was plenty of let me explain to you so that way you guys understand it a little better. You know what I mean? And I think the ending was pretty badass. How he took the kid and is now training her, and that battle at the end was like freaking epic. Like you see, her
they threw you for a loop, right? Because everyone thought Love would have been Mighty Thor,
right?
Nobody even knew until literally the last scene who Love was.
Literally. Literally.
So my thing is that this movie was a filler movie for the MCU that was done well. Mm-hmm. It wasn't an epic movie. And I'm not trying to diss it, but like an epic movie that had an epic storyline that proved something profound in the MCU. Right. That was not this movie. This movie is literally an epic not an epic, a filler movie to lead you to other places in the MCU. So you have Zeus, you have Greek mythology, and it's also going to lead you down the path of where does Love go? Because Love doesn't stay with Thor. She gets trained by Thor. She gets trained in axe throwing, and we don't even know the full extent to her powers yet, right? But she doesn't stay with Thor. Do you think
she's going to Young Avengers?
She's going somewhere, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be super interesting to see her with America Chavez.
Dude.
Right? Like, think about it, right? It'll be interesting.
The way I saw this movie was kind of like an origin story for her. Like this was an origin story for her. Yeah. And even though we didn't see her, like we saw her in the very beginning and we saw her at the very end, but this was her origin story because it was her dad going on a freaking rampage. It wasn't about Thor, even though it is a Thor movie, but he's the one that, well, him and Jane was the one that led their story to her.
Well, you don't realize the narration in this movie is done in a very specific way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's done in an origin story kind of way. Like, it starts off by telling a story, right? So it is an origin story, and it has nothing to do with, well, it does have something to do, but it's really nothing to do with Jane or with Thor, right? In regards
I'm glad that you get it. I'm really happy that you get this because the thing I know slang was like, you're an idiot. This movie's not the best. I'm like, dude.
I agree. It's not the best. Like I almost fell asleep a couple times. It was long.
It was long.
Like I felt like it was drawn out, and there was a couple parts of the movie where I was like, really, did you really just kill Zeus with one throw? Come on.
He's not dead.
He's not dead. They showed him later, but when it happened, you're sitting there, you're like, with one throw, with a weapon that wasn't even yours, it was his weapon, and you just chucked it. Like, that didn't make no sense to me. Like, come on. You think
I was laughing, dude. I was like, no way.
It was stupid. You can't just kill the god of all gods in one throw.
Well, you can't.
He's not even, Thor's not even listed as an A god.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you knew he wasn't dead. Like when it happened, it was more.
But it shouldn't have even hit him. It shouldn't have even gone through. It should have deflected or something. He's got that armor. You're gonna think something of his own extension is gonna go right through his armor and him. It doesn't make no sense to me. Zero.
Well, it's his own weapon too, though. Like,
yeah, I still don't care.
I think if it was something else, and I think that was the oh shit factor where it was like, did that really just happen? Like.
And then the other thing that kind of tripped me out is like, okay, you just killed Zeus, and nobody gave a fuck for the whole movie. You're going to tell me that all those gods in Olympia can't track down Thor? Before the movie ended.
Okay, and this is just history.
Okay, fine, I see what you're saying.
If you kill the person in charge.
You're supposed to take over then.
Exactly. And he didn't take over. He was just like, I got my shit.
But
peace.
Right, okay. But he didn't die though.
You just killed Zeus? I'm good.
But he didn't die though. So if I was Zeus, I'd be done sending people off.
Well, it took them a while. I think what happened is when Thor took off and did all that, they're not gonna like. They went back to like, yes, this is what happened to Zeus. I think that might have been like, I don't know, like 30 minutes later or something. I don't know. Sorry. I burped and I was drinking and I swallowed at the same time and I have like a bubble inside now. My throat sounds like this.
Okay. So yeah, I still do think that they should have been tracked down, but then it would have made the movie so much longer and so much more complicated. So I understand why they didn't.
That's a
yeah.
whole,
Yeah, that would have been like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Yeah, that's a whole other story right there. They didn't do that because obviously it's not about Zeus or what happened and all that stuff, but they left it right there. You know, it's kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy where they had Adam and they were building him already and said like, you know, like we're going to send this guy after them. They're not going to show like, oh, like we need to do something. You know, they're not going to show a whole plot of that. But obviously it's just like, hey, remember what happened to Zeus? And that could have been like 5 minutes later. That could have been like a few minutes later, like as soon as he landed, saying like, this bitch. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Well, there's some foreshadowing in this movie where it's hinting towards Thor actually taking over for Zeus. There's some hints in there. I don't know if I'm right or I'm wrong, but like when they're fighting or they're dueling or they're talking, they're literally just saying doesn't I don't know what the exact words were, but you know, thunder just comes after lightning. Right? And they're like, "Oh, you're the god of thunder, I'm the god of lightning. Like lightning comes first or whatever," right? But he's getting older now and there could be a transition where Asgard is gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where does Thor rule?
I don't think Thor will rule because Thor is not the son of Hercules or Hercules of Zeus, but you got like Hercules and you got like Zeus has a lot of other sons out there.
He does.
And remember, Zeus lives. Even though Zeus, they did make him a little bit older on this one, obviously, but Zeus is supposed to be God that lives forever. Like he's already in his heaven. He's already in his.
Right, but it seems like a new age for Olympia will be coming because of their mentality. They're really stuck in an old mentality, like, well, we're the gods, fuck everybody else, blah 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 blah. Right, so it seems like there's going to be and that kind of leads into, oh, Hercules is coming. People might think that you're going to get Disney's Hercules. You're not going to get Disney's Hercules. People might think that you're getting some other form of Hercules. You're getting a different form of Hercules you've never seen before.
Yeah, I don't. For me personally, I don't see them.
It's not a Disney Hercules. I'm telling you right now, it's not a Disney Hercules.
I don't. I see a battle for Olympia. I see a battle where Zeus is going to send people over there, but I think it's going to be more of a. I don't think it's going to be more of like Thor taking over. I think it's going to be more of an understanding, saying like, okay, yes, you are part of one of us. I think that's what's going to happen more. I think it's going to be more of a full circle where Zeus didn't see Asgard or his dad or any of them as any sort of god, even though they know Thor as the god of thunder.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's going to happen is Zeus is going to send his people. He's going to send people after him. I think Valkyrie is going to be in there. I think they might bring Medusa. Like I could see them going through a very dark, like a very, very dark mythological path on this. But I think at the end when Thor wins, I think that's more of like Zeus saying like, okay, truce. You know, I'll leave you guys alone. I see you as a god now. You have a place here amongst us gods now. You know, I think that's what's going to happen.
I could see Thor being like oh my god, what the hell's the guy's name? The guy from Mortal Kombat, the lightning guy.
Oh, Raiden?
Yeah, I could see him being like a Raiden character because his contract was only 10 years too. So he would just show up and be like, all right, your mission is to go take on Medusa. And then the Young Avengers go off.
Yeah. So I don't know. I can see that. I don't see them dethroning Zeus though. I could see them going there and then ending Thor. Like ending the Thor movies right there. I like because Thor has already been around, and I don't know how much more. Like I don't think I've ever heard him talk about not wanting to do another Marvel movie anymore or an Avengers
Right.
movie. So I could see them saying like, cool, this is the end of your story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the end of his story.
I could see that, and then ending it like that and stuff, and then
Him being a Raiden.
yeah, and
And
then
then him
Marvel
being a
continuing
Raiden
the
for
stories.
real.
But you are missing one major character from Thor 4 though.
Thor 4, major character, Korg.
One of the kids.
Kid. Well,
Heimdinger.
Heimlich.
Heimlich. There you go, dude.
His kid is dope.
Dude, when they
I talked
did
about him earlier.
what is it? We talked about him, but we didn't really talk about.
Yeah,
him.
I got excited when I saw him. Like he made that thing for me, and I also was very upset. Yes, when Natalie Portman died, because she's one of my OGs. So.
Yeah, for me, I like I said, I think this was my favorite Thor.
I won't say this is my favorite Thor.
Thor 1 was good because it kind of like gave you that foundation of who Thor is. I think Thor 2 was the worst Thor.
But hear me out though. I can't say this is my favorite Thor movie because I still don't think this was about Thor.
But still, it's a Thor movie.
Yeah, Thor was in it the same way that Guardians of the Galaxy was in it.
Dude, yeah. But it's not a Guardians movie. It's called Thor. But I don't know. For me, I think Thor. I don't know. To me, out of all 4 Thors, I think this was for me my favorite. Mainly because they didn't rush the story and they explained it very well and they did a great job. I don't want to say Ragnarok was not the worst movie. I think Thor 2 with the Ether was the worst movie. But Ragnarok, I would say I was the most disappointed out of all 4. Because yes, it's like think about it. We're gonna destroy your world where Asgard lives. Your dad died. This is this is his legacy.
Your sister's here.
and then your sister that you never knew about is here. And let's throw Hulk's world, and you're gonna fight him, and we're gonna give you that old school helmet thing. I was like, dude, this movie's gonna be so badass. And the whole thing with I know they were trying to bring back Hulk into the storyline again, and this was the easiest way of doing it. But the whole thing with Hulk was just, oh man, like, okay, he's there, he's fighting people, he's one of the champions. Thor comes in, kicks his ass, and then Hulk kicks his ass, and they kick each other's ass, and then they're off the planet. It's like, and then Valkyrie, you run into Valkyrie, like these are like
the problem.
fighters.
So I see what you're saying. The problem is that should have been a couple movies.
That could have been its own movie by itself.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Hulk, you know, like and again, I know what they're trying to do. With rights and all that crap. I get it. If they would have done a Hulk movie, a standalone Hulk movie, which I know they can't because they're still trying to get rights and whatever. I get it. But if this was a standalone Hulk movie, where did Hulk go after Avengers 2? And you see him landing there, and you see him fighting, and you see him doing everything there.
Got jiggy with it. That's
and then you see like a second storyline happening with Valkyrie. Like Valkyrie is there, and you're just like, wait a minute, who is this Valkyrie chick?
Yeah, how did she become the king of whatever this is? And
Yeah,
why are all these Asgard kids in this city on Earth?
Dude, like they would have done the whole thing. Who's Valkyrie there with Hulk on that planet, and then Hulk is fighting and becomes the champion, and then they show I don't know. Let's just say they just end the movie right there and say, cool, like we'll do all this battle, all this stuff, and then they have a little thing at the end that says, hey, we've captured somebody, and they show that Valkyrie captured Thor. Then it's just like, holy crap, done with the movie. Here comes Thor Ragnarok. They could have skipped all of that and saved room, so that way you had a better connection with Hela. You had a better connection of Loki hiding Thor's dad and having him die. Like you could have had a whole better thing, and then going into Ragnarok where their planet gets destroyed. I wanted to be more invested in it. You know what I mean? And it was kind of like damn, they it was still a good movie. I'm not saying it was a shit movie. It was still a good movie. All Thor movies were good movies, but this one, dude, they're literally killing their planet, and your dad died. And wait, didn't Loki die too at the end of this?
Loki dies in every movie.
Oh, yeah.
If you gotta say, did Loki die? The answer is yes and no. Always.
Actually, Loki didn't die in this one. Loki was he died. Well, it's when Thanos comes up and picks them up, and then he kills Loki. In the other movie, the Avengers. But I don't know, man. I think for me, they just could have done more, but I understand why they didn't. They don't have full rights to Hulk, so they can't really do a standalone. But it would have been, if they would have done that and done the whole world, or the world of Hulk, dude, that would have been badass. You were wanting to see, what's his name? Beta Man Bill?
Beta Ray Bill. I don't know Beta Ray. Where's the Beta Ray Bill?
Dude, like I said, they could have done a whole freaking movie.
Beta Ray Bill is the better Thor.
They could have done a whole freaking movie.
Beta Ray, where is Beta Ray Bill? Well, we got to bring in the Tal. Is it the Tal Shiar?
Yes.
We got to bring in the Tal Shiar. We need to bring in. So there's so much more that's still coming, right? There's so much more. I still think that Quake needs to come back into the MCU. We could go on for hours about this shit. Quake needs to come back in the MCU. Sword needs to be a whole new show. And I think Sword will come after Secret Invasion. Because you can be like, oh shit, we need to up our game. Right? We're going to do Space Wars. Trump 2024.
America.
Yeah. There's so much more. There's so much more because the Tal Shiar, nobody's even talked about Sword. No one's talked about the Tal Shiar. No one's talked about what was that main guy from the Tal Shiar? I can't remember his name now. Never mind. But yeah, there's so much stuff coming, man.
Yeah. So I hope they do. I hope they do something because there's a lot of stuff that they can do, and I think if everybody just played nice, if Sony just said, you know what, okay, fine, we're just gonna sell Spider-Man, and I know they won't because they're obviously making money right now with Disney, but the thing is that everything that Sony does with those movies, the only reason why people are even interested in Venom is because of what Marvel Disney is doing.
Yeah,
not Sony.
It's I don't even know. How do I say it? Now that Sony's involved in the MCU, they're never gonna give it up. What's the point then? They're sharing revenue in MCU profit. You know what I'm saying? Why sell Spider-Man to Disney if he's already in the MCU?
There's a thing that I found out recently that Sony has to do a Spider-Man
every certain amount of years.
Yeah, every 2 years, and I think if they don't, they lose it. I think they're forced. I think they're forced to fulfill something, and I forget from what, where, why, or who, or I don't know any of it, but I don't know who it was or why it was or the stipulation, but I'm pretty sure that the agreement was that they need to produce every 2 years some kind of Spider-Man something, and if they don't, they lose it. And if they lose it, I think Disney gets it for free.
For free.
So, you know what I think is going to happen, honestly? I think Sony is going to screw it up so bad. They're going to get something. They're going to do something. I don't want to say like Morbius. Morbius was bad, but it was like, I think people were hyped about Morbius, saying like, ooh, another Spider-Man villain. Let's check it out. But I think what's going to happen is they're going to do something really stupid that people are going to be like, this is trash. And they're going to say like, well, time to sell.
I just got a notification saying that She-Hulk got delayed from the 17th until the 18th.
Oh, 1 day? Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe they told the CGI team to change something, and they're like, ooh, we got to change it again.
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird. Why would you? I guess you have to announce it, but okay.
So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Today was a little long one. I know we talked about a lot of Marvel stuff, but I always appreciate you guys coming. Let us know what you guys think.
DC 2 and Sylvester Stallone. Respect.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think. What are you guys most excited about? Anything. I don't care what anybody says. If it has the MCU, Marvel, Disney, I'm watching it. I don't care if it's Miss Marvel. I don't care if it's Thor 5. I don't care if it's Squirrel Girl, the animated series.
If they don't bring Squirrel Girl as for like a 5-second clip of her killing something like crazy, she needs to be in a What If. Squirrel Girl needs to be in a What If. Like, I don't even understand.
What if killing Thanos? Because she did kill Thanos.
She did in the
So I don't care what it is. Everything that they're doing, I'm watching. I'm definitely watching. So, I enjoy it, and I think they're doing a great job. I'm watching those movies, like you said, like standalones, and I try to connect them later. Or if I'm watching it, I'm be like, ooh, that has a reference to this movie back in the day. So let us know what you guys think. What are you guys most excited about? There's a lot of stuff coming, a lot of entertainment. And yeah, we always appreciate you guys when you guys are coming to listen to our BS, because we have a lot of it. So next, what do you got?
Thank you guys for listening to and watching another episode of Beyond the Streams. Wherever you guys are watching us or listening to us from, make sure you leave a comment or a review so other people like yourself can find the content that you enjoy. Make sure that you also come out to our weekly live show every Thursday, roughly from apparently 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. So you gotta have those notifications turned on. You can be part of the conversation. You can be a part of the community. You never know where the conversation's gonna go. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.